afternoon. It is Slam Dunk Basketball Talk. My name is Felix Eupal. The show is Slam Dunk Basketball, where we talk, discuss, analyze, and assess, and also give you the latest updates in the game of basketball, both locally and internationally. My name is Felix Eupal, and I'm with my co-host, Emmanuel Ateng.
Yes,
Emma,
Felix.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yeah. For the basketball enthusiasts, lovers, and fans out there, there is some good news. The league is about to resume after a long while. Emma, finally, tentative dates. Tentative is the key word. Tentative is the key word. October 2nd for the National Basketball League. October 16th for
the lower divisions.
The lower division teams. How enthusiastic and prepared is Falcons Basketball Club?
Well, first of all, let me say I can't really have my hopes up because the way things keep changing with our federation.
The key word, like I said, is tentative.
Yeah, so
that is the communication that we have
with
at the
their
moment.
Tentative date, you can't really get your hopes up because you might actually get so excited that the league is returning. Then we reach a certain point and realize that, you know what, nothing is going to happen. You know, that date will reach, then football always pushes the date for starting the league.
Yeah, and then it always goes on to another date.
It always goes up to another date. So possibly it might go on to another date. But from Falcons Basketball Club, like I said, I think guys are still in that lockdown mood. We haven't yet started practice. I hope that we'll start practice this coming week and prepare, because we have one game against one or two games. JKL, we still have to play JKL.
Falcons Basketball Club is still left with 2 games. Please be exact to our viewers. We are live on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on our website, houseoftalentug.com.
Yeah.
You know, give us your views, your comments, your remarks, and we will read them, we will relay them, we will try to assess some of them. So, as I was saying, Falcons Basketball Club is left with 2 games. Power Basketball Club, who are also in the same bracket as Falcons. I think Power has 5 losses. Falcons has 5 losses.
Yeah, but we have more wins.
So the situation amongst both teams is actually more so similar. Having a simple conversation with Power Basketball General Manager Philip Chomuhendo, he's very ready. He says, we have to finish what we started. That is his statement. We have to finish what we started.
But finishing, because their season really wasn't that good. And you know the problems they had at the beginning with the whole change of the team, then, you know, firing the coach at certain point, and then, you know, lockdown coming in. And now they find themselves in a place whereby they have 1 game. And that game they have to win. Okay? And they're still not sure whether the relegation battle is still being fought in that boardroom. Where
they're actually very confident because they believe that the situations are going to be changing, since football does not have a stronghold or rules which are set in stone. Yeah,
I mean, it could go either way. Okay, they could think, okay, you know what, we're going to hold on. Then football wakes up one morning and says, okay, you know what, the last 2 guys on the table go play the tournament.
Are going down to the tournament. But speaking to various managers and who we will not mention because of their request for anonymity, there is the request of each team paying 600,000 shillings. Now that 600,000 shillings is meant to assist the federation in the COVID tests, which are supposed to be done. Remember, prior to all of this, to our viewers out there, the league was halted by National Council of Sports. Prior to, besides all other disciplines. Now that was, according to National Council of Sports, the Federation of Uganda Basketball Association failing to adhere to the regulations and rules which were signed on and set and agreed upon by the two parties. Now those rules were no fans, selected media at the games, teams to have prior testing every 2 weeks before the games, and then those results be submitted. However, none of those regulations or rules were actually met. Now, the 600,000 is also creating an issue, mostly with the lower divisions.
I mean, you have to look at it this way. Some teams already paid their money at the beginning of the season to run throughout the whole season. Okay? So you can't come back as FUBA and say, listen, after you guys have paid your money, now we're going to add on how much? 600,000. Okay?
For you to actually continue in the league, because it has been set as a stipulate.
Yes. If you don't pay the 600,
for a team to actually continue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So imagine I have one game left. Okay? And that one game is not even going to take me to the playoffs. Okay? Do I still pay 600K to play that one game that is not taking me to the playoffs? Yeah, it's a rip-off at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that money is not only for testing, because according to that letter, part of that money is for running the league, and the team still has to bear.
Actually, when you read the letter and you flip through and look into the insides, that money is actually meant to facilitate the running.
To facilitate the running. Now, each team also has to test their players. That is minus the 600,000. So the 600,000, let's say you have 12 players plus your staff. Each test is running at 100K. Isn't that almost 1.5 mil? Plus 600, that is 2.1 million to play one game.
To play one game.
Just one game.
If you put it in an administrative and managerial sense, you'd actually forfeit the game.
Yeah, you just forfeit the game. But now you see the forfeiture of the game also has an impact on what is going to happen to the other teams. So imagine I give a walkover to a certain team because I can't participate. Okay, that will affect the position of other teams on that same table.
Yes,
you see that
because when you give when a team forfeits, even the game that it played against the team, the other team is also forfeited.
You see that, So that is going to bring a lot of suckers. Some people who are supposed to qualify will not qualify. Someone who was not supposed to qualify will qualify. So it's a lot of suckers, and not only down. You know, with the lower division teams, there are very many. Come up to the NBL, okay? 12 teams, all right? 10 now.
We're talking 10 teams, which have been taking part.
Okay? Certain teams have one game to go, all right?
Other teams have two.
Other teams have two. Other teams, let's say like JKL, we're not sure whether they even have a team right now. Okay?
Basically, when you look at the National Basketball League, the top tier, what they have is one weekend. Saturday, Sunday.
And that's it.
And the regular season is closed.
It's done. Okay. Look at teams like KIU. KIU had a lot of international players whom they couldn't really keep here, so they let them go back home. Then two of their players, Obleng and someone else, went to play in Burundi for Urunani. So also, does KIU still have a team?
Because when you look at when you consider that, and also you consider the fact that Ariel Eupal is suspect of not actually returning, because according to his social media posts and on his page, Facebook and on his handle, he does not. He seems like he is joining another team, although it is not yet official.
But Eupal is a businessman. He knows where to get the money from. He has played in Kuwait, he has played in Saudi Arabia, he has played everywhere. Basically for him, where he sees an opportunity is where he will go. So we're not only talking Eupal, you know, we're talking other international players who on that team that the team really couldn't keep around. Faizo and others. Then we move to JKL that didn't really have a team right now. We're not sure about their contracts.
It's not about JKL not having a team. It's about JKL actually having an administrative structure.
Yes.
We're not sure.
Is it even there?
Who now the president is, who the vice president is, who the director of operations is, and then they had set up this structure whereby we have a president, a CEO, a general manager. We have a senior team. We have a ladies team.
And then we have captain somewhere there.
Yes. Then we have a junior team. But now all that was shaken up.
Exactly. So For someone to pay let's put it at 2.1 million plus the test.
No, let's first go with the 600,000 that is required.
Okay, let's go with the 600,000.
600,000 that is required according to FUBA General Secretary.
Yeah. So looking at it from a player's point of view, it would be good for us to get back to playing basketball because we don't want to sit for that long. There's a lot of time that we're invested in, a lot of training. But coming to the financial perspective, it is a rip-off, okay? No one should be expected to pay an extra for what they already paid. Where did the money go that people had paid to run the league?
Well, the federation was helping and running the national basketball team, the Silverbacks, the under-16s, the junior Gazelles and junior Silverbacks. Yeah. That is what the PR will tell you. But what exactly, when you go down to reality, to the actual truth, you wonder where the money that the teams actually brought on table is doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad for the Silverbacks, okay? But FUBA should separate national team duty from the league. If money is given for the league, it's like in your house. If there is money for salt and for sugar, okay? You can't say I took all the money for salt and sugar and I bought what?
I bought vegetables.
I bought vegetables or something.
Yeah.
It's either for salt or for sugar. So there should be money for the league and money for all these different...
They have to prioritize.
Yes, we shouldn't reach a point where again the national team is saying, oh, there is no money, ABCD. The money should be there for the national team, okay? The money should be there for the national league. People shouldn't be expected to pay anything extra. But I also still understand where FUBA is coming from, okay?
How? Enlighten me, because like I said, most of the managers that have been, that have spoken with are not willing to pay a single penny. Yeah. They're saying if we don't play, we do not play. Yeah. But we're not giving FUBA 600,000 shillings.
Yeah, from their side, I see that you have to run the league because you already budgeted for it under NCS, okay? And I believe that NCS must have given some money for the league. So you have to run the league, okay? They do not have a choice.
No, after the presidential announcement and address that sport can continue and mostly only outdoor sport can go on. Yeah. Other disciplines went on. Yeah. You have seen football going on. You've seen games being played.
Rugby continued.
Yeah. Football. St. Mary's Stadium Chitende right now is we would call it our national stadium. At the moment, games have been going on. Our national team played the Uganda Cranes. Express played El Marik yesterday. So everyone is asking, why is basketball not going on? And the other big question, when the letter was put out, it said that the last paragraph mentioned the fixtures and the venues. The venues will be announced when the fixtures are out. Now, most people, including myself, are wondering, why does the federation have to change fixtures at this moment? The fixture was already put out. I know I'm playing this team, The dates have changed. Now, why do you need to reshuffle it again?
Well, that is a question for the technical team of FUBA. I don't think I can answer that one, but still, it's not something that should happen. But also, when plans change, you need to have a structure to accommodate the change.
Because I believe it's just a matter of changing the dates.
Yes.
But not changing the fixtures.
Yeah, and also I don't know about the venue. I don't know if we're still going to KIU. Are we going to UCU?
Well, in the letter that which was signed on by the former president, it stated that the venues will be announced when the new fixtures are out.
But I mean, if we're going to, we only have 2 possible venues.
Because when
is out.
When you look around, YMCA is actually very still in. It's just that they're just trying to put a curtain over it. But when you look at the other venues and YMCA, when you look at the court of KIU and you compare it to the court of YMCA, I don't see a big difference.
Yeah, but the flow at the YMCA is not really that good if you've been there of late. It's something that needs to change. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, the only possible venues we have are KIU and UCU for the NBL. The others being Makerere Pool Court, Makerere Main Ground, Nakasero for the lower division teams. So I think we already know where we're going. I don't know why they just don't tell us, you know what, we have decided that we're only using UCU or only KIU. You know, that would make it easier for us, and we just keep on running with the same fixture that we had the last time.
It is Slam Dunk Basketball Talk. My name is Felix Eupal. We're discussing the league resumption and everything that is surrounding it, the uncertainties and the certainties. We will return after this short break.
People at the moment are struggling to understand the older generation because times have changed. Technology has come in.
They've moved on.
Yes.
We're the ones sitting back and wondering, what is my child on to? TikTok has surpassed WhatsApp. The other one I call, I never call it Facebook, it's Bookface. Why are you on Bookface? Dad, it's Facebook.
Yes.
Me, I keep saying, I have a foot amongst the millennials.
Yeah.
And I understand the traditionalists.
Okay.
There's a song in the 60s, by the way, and in the 90s, 70s, where they're like, parents don't understand.
Yes.
Remember Prince?
Yes.
Prince.
A lot has been happening in the game of basketball. First of all, as Slam Dunk Basketball, we would like to first thank the Silverbacks for doing the nation proud and for making it to the first time in the quarterfinals of the Afro Basketball Championship down in Kigali. It was a tough task, and history was made when the Silverbacks, our boys, were able to beat on Nigeria. Welcome back. It is Slam Dunk Basketball Talk. My name is Felix Eupal and I am with my co-host Emmanuel Ateng. We are discussing the resumption of the league and the uncertainties that are surrounding it. We are discussing the issue about the venue.
Yeah. So like I was saying, there are only two possibilities. We have KIU and UCU. All right. But you see the issue with UCU also, I'm already paying 600.
There's also Nakawa, Makerere University Business School. Yes.
I don't know if they've got permission for that.
Yes, they have a basketball court, and the lower division has used that.
Used that, yeah.
Yeah, for some
for
of
some of their games. Yeah, like so. I was saying that for the 600K, I've already paid 600. I'm testing my players. Then I have to put in more transport to go where? To UCU. Yeah. Here we're assuming a baseline of we all have one game left because it's only one weekend.
It's one weekend. It's one weekend to the closure.
Yes, to the closure. So I'm paying already 2.1 million. Then I'm adding transportation. Then I have to pay the players, you know, facilitation.
Of course, you have to transport them. You have to
feed
get refreshments.
Yeah.
You have to
pay them their allowances.
You have to give them transport
allowances.
Allowances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then plus the other fees that come in.
Yeah.
You have to pay the medical personnel. You have to ensure that your first aid kit has the equipment that is required in case a player gets injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those things. Imagine how much money is going to go into, and let's just say you don't qualify for the playoffs. You've used
because
more money.
The key thing is qualifying.
Yes.
For the ladies, it is a different story because remember there is no regulation.
Yeah.
And
all
the 8 teams and all of them are qualifying. So for them, it is a placement issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for them, it's a mathematics of
who do I play?
Who do I play in the quarters?
Yeah.
Who can I actually eliminate in the quarters to get to the semis?
Yeah.
So their caption is,
For them, it's a bit okay.
Yeah, it's put aside.
But for the guys, it's a bit hard. Yeah, because imagine you don't qualify for the playoffs. Let's use power basketball as an example. I'm not saying they won't qualify, but in case they don't qualify, remember they had already got how much? 200 million.
They got 200 million
at the
officially unveiled to the public.
So they got their 200 million in quotes. Okay, their season didn't go that well. All right. And now they have to pay extra. They might not qualify for the playoffs. Then they might have to play in the playoff tournament. So there's a lot of that uncertainty that is surrounding them.
Their general manager is actually, like I said, when we had a discussion, said we have to finish what we started.
Yeah.
And they're willing as power basketball
to play
and pay. Most importantly is pay.
Yeah.
Because there are teams which are like, no, this money
is too much.
We shouldn't be paying it.
Yeah.
What is it for? Can we test our own players? I'll give you an example of Namungo Blazers.
Yeah.
Saying we can test our players and submit
the
results.
Yeah.
Even if you want them 24 hours before the game or 48 hours before the game.
Yeah.
Besides paying the 600,000.
Yeah.
Now football is caught in a catch-22 situation. So a team is telling you, I am going to test at a verified hospital.
Yeah.
List for me the hospitals according to the FUBA medical person, which FUBA is allowing where we can test players.
Yeah.
We go, we will do our own testing.
Yeah. Give you the
results.
results.
Hospital will actually give you the results, not us as a team, but we're not giving you the 600,000 shillings.
Yeah, I mean, take an example also Tropical Royals, sponsored by Abbey Clinic, who also test. Okay.
Yes.
So would you ask Tropical Royals to pay that same money, yet they can actually test?
Yeah, they will tell you Abbey Clinic is going to actually
take care of the testing.
Test the testing and give you the results.
Yeah.
As a team, you don't ask for the results.
Yeah.
You ask the results from the medical people.
Yeah.
To ensure that there is no tampering of the results.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that people actually sat in a meeting, all the managers, and they allowed, I don't know which managers allowed that we have to pay 600,000.
We do not know exactly who was in that meeting or which people were actually in the resolving of coming down to that resolution of the 600,000. But it is creating actually a big mountain. It started as a small
issue.
Yes, but now it's creating an issue. Most importantly, because of the fact that there's a condition. You do not play unless you have cleared the 600,000.
Yeah, I mean, if people sat in a meeting, if you and I, Felix, sat in a meeting and decided that, you know what, we have allowed to pay 600K, then tomorrow morning, you, Felix, are like, no, we're not going to pay the 600. So I'm thinking in my mind, okay, people actually sat in a meeting to make this decision.
Yes.
Okay. So after they left that room, did someone decide? Maybe they said, okay, we have to pay 200K. When they left, maybe someone said, okay, you know what? Let's add it to 600. 600K.
But the letter was signed and everything, so it had the uncertainty around our basketball is being too much.
Yeah.
Just like going to the Silverbacks, there's still that issue of the payment and the Kigali issue with the hotel. And the federation is doing quite a good job in being inconsistent. They're being very consistent in their inconsistency. I think that is the best way I can put it. Like I said when we were discussing in the previous show, Arnold Katabi, Vice President, Marketing and Publicity, should come out and clear the air.
Yeah.
That has not happened to this date.
Yeah.
So questions are still being asked. People are still wondering. Answers are still yet to come. And I would say this for a fact, at Slam Dunk Basketball, we have tried to ensure that we get these officials to the show to explain. However, that has been in vain.
No one wants to show up.
Everyone
Yeah.
So, which we at Slam Dunk Basketball cannot actually ascertain. We do not know or what.
Yeah.
But professionally, at least if there's no showing up, then issue out an official statement. Clear out the air.
Yeah. Like you said, that uncertainty is for basketball. Let's now say the Silverbacks, you know, after actually making history, coming back, they came back, had a press conference, which I think many people also didn't know. And for a big team like that, when you get back after making history, you know, you should be everywhere on media. People should be interviewing you, getting your different experiences. The federation should really be excited, but it's like they came back and just went in, like Ugandans say, Kamori. They just entered Kamori.
Yeah. That would be the right term, actually. Yeah, they came in
and just entered Kamori. Yeah. So we haven't talked to any of the players. We haven't talked to any of the management. Okay. So we really don't know what's happening. Someone told me that we should get an investigative journalist to look into these matters.
An investigating team to know what exactly happened, because we tried getting the coach, we tried getting the head of the National Steering Committee, Haji Sandro. Mandi Jurin also wasn't available. The captain isn't available. Jimmy Enabu. The other players are also local-based players who are around, are also not available. The manager of the team, Grace Criser, isn't also available. So it also creates question marks.
And also, remember, FUBA started this FUBA TV thing when the league had started. Then with the qualifiers and the different games, they always post something on FUBA TV. You know, you'd expect that by now, okay, at least someone from the committee or the players would have actually been interviewed on FUBA TV. If they do not want to go to other, media houses, okay, you can actually put it on FUBA TV. All we are looking for as the people is that the air be cleared, okay? What happened?
Yes, because
and what's going on.
People deserve to know. People support the team. People have passion, zeal for the Silverbacks, for basketball. People are actually willing to spend for basketball. People are willing to support for basketball. And that is not happening. And it doesn't create a big, a rosy picture moving forward. Because everything is about continuity, not just in sports, but even in business. Wonderfully and very gratefully, 4 players of our under-16 team were chosen for the Africa Youth Championship Camp, which is happening in Nairobi. And that is something that we should be patting ourselves on the back to. We have 4 players chosen for that. Now, this is a continuity program that we need. But if that continuity is not actually followed up on, like the case is at the moment, then we're doomed.
We are doomed. I think all these things go back to all the issues that we've been talking about. For example, now that camp with the kids, the under-16s who went, okay, there needs to be a certain form of consistency. People always ask the question, oh, why don't we have, players coming and joining the national team? Why is our under-16 team weak? Why is the under-18 team weak? Yet, before we had the junior NBA, we had the different basketball beyond borders and all this. So we had a couple of players going into those camps, which is not really happening now. And now, because the under-16s did a good thing, we have been presented with a chance whereby we have a couple of players in that NBA camp, in Kenya, okay? But when that is done, is there going to be consistency of now this group needs to be taken care of? Then we get another group that we can push into that, which ultimately has an effect in the future of basketball.
In the future, in the prospects, future tournaments.
But if they come back and we be inconsistent, as we have always been, because all of us at the end of the day are part of the federation, we are inconsistent. They went for the camp and it was just, they just enjoyed basketball, learned about it, came back and nothing totally happens. It still puts us back in, we're just in a cycle, like how we have a cycle of poverty? We're in a cycle of issues. So we're just going to keep going around.
Where you have a debt and you borrow money to pay the debt.
Exactly.
But you're actually digging a deeper hole for yourself.
Speaking of debts, I don't know if we took more debts in the Rwanda trip.
Those are the things that actually need to be cleared out.
Yeah.
Those are the things that need to be cleared out. Because like we're discussing, the fans, enthusiasts, and other stakeholders in the game of basketball are willing to fundraise for the team, have an account where they can actually place whatever they can for the national team.
For the national team. Yeah.
That is the ladies, the Gazelles, the Silverbacks, the junior Gazelles, and the junior Silverbacks.
Yeah.
But with all these circumstances, someone who's willing to actually donate money will actually say,
man, you start having trust issues.
Yes, say, if I have 5 million shillings and I want to
invest it here,
not invest it, donate it for the love of the game and the growth of the game, how is it going to be utilized? So when you have those question marks, you're like, let me first hold on to it.
Yeah, hold on to it. And with that, time is going, then national tournament comes up and we still don't have anything in the bank. Okay, so I don't know, like our teacher used to say, we can talk until the cows come home, but
until action happens.
Until we start doing something. Okay, and it has to start now. We can't really wait to say, okay, let's start next year.
The FIBA World Cup qualifiers are just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
3-on-3.
Sometime this month.
Where we are the hosts.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we don't seem like we're even ready at all.
We don't know what's happening. Are we preparing?
We don't know if we're even ready at all.
Yeah.
The last time that it happened, they were hosted at the Lugogo hockey grounds. Yeah. And at the moment, no communication is coming in. No preparation is seen at the moment. Talk about digital influencing and marketing of a project. Nothing is happening. So for a tournament that big, which is international, those are some of the little things that should be happening. Now that we're in a digital era. For instance, something like that would attract sponsors. Someone would want to be a part of it. Even if it is just placing their banners and placards all over, that would be something great. But if they don't know about it, they also cannot come on.
That is very true. And I was thinking earlier before the show, way back I was talking to someone. He was saying that, way back, basketball was sponsored by Sprite, and Sprite had a very big influence on basketball. There was a time MTN was sponsoring, Airtel came in, but as we speak, I don't think we have a sponsor.
No, we do not.
The league does not have a sponsor, and we have consistently lost sponsors because of the same issues, and we are not attracting any more sponsors because of the same issues. So it didn't take a rocket scientist to see that this is the problem. Okay, let us find a way of solving it.
This is what we should be doing. It is Slam Dunk Basketball. Your views, your comments on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube will be read and will be reviewed. We return after this short break. Our boys were able to beat on Nigeria. And for making it to the first time in the quarterfinals of the Afro Basketball Championship down in Kigali. A lot has been happening in the game of basketball. First of all, as Slam Dunk Basketball would like to first thank the Silverbacks for doing the nation proud and for making it to the first time in the quarterfinals of the Afro Basketball Championship down in Kigali. It was a tough task, and history was made when the Silverbacks, our boys, were able to beat on Nigeria. welcome back to the final segment of the show. It is Slam Dunk Basketball Talk. My name is Felix Eupal, and I am with my co-host Emmanuel Ateng. We're discussing the Silverbacks and also the resumption of the league and the uncertainties, the questions that surround everything concerning the league resuming. When the league was halted, so many things weren't happening. The fans will, I would say although there was a select team of journalists who had to get accreditation, which we actually got, myself and yourself inclusive, to attend the games. But the fans were actually let in to watch the games, which was not supposed to happen. Now, we're looking at the venues where the games are going to be happening. The possible venues, and I'm wondering, with FUBA still having an issue of finances to actually even operate the league, how are they going to actually control the funds? Because to do that, you need reinforcement. You need some officers. You need to create like a barricade, so that the funds are out. And come the paradox, these are open venues.
I just think about the irony of the last time when certain teams were playing. Guys were not allowed to watch. But when certain teams came on court,
when KIU was playing, I'd be very blunt. When KIU was playing, first of all, the KIU games were happening at KIU. Now, definitely the students and also the Kansanga community have to come and support their
team.
Yes, it is their team.
Same thing with the UCU games.
When it came to Mukono, it was the same thing. When UCU was playing, the students had to come and support. The people around had to come and support. The gate was open. The main gate and the side gate. So people were walking in. And remember, it's an open ground. It's not like you're going to charge someone money. Someone is coming to support, to watch, actually. Even if they don't know the game, but they just have passion for it. Say, that is our team. Let's go and support.
I think the only way they could have controlled it was if the games were at YMCA. There's a possibility, but remember also YMCA still has students who watch.
YMCA has students who also reside.
They also have two teams that play in the league.
Yes, and they have teams which are in the league.
Which play in the league. So it's a very hard situation. To control fans, you need a venue like Lugogo, but they're not allowing us to play where? Indoor. Okay, we have to play outdoor. Okay, so what do we do now? Okay,
because what I predict is the season actually ends the first weekend. Come playoffs, Federation is getting another letter from National Council of Sports to hold the playoffs for failure of following the SOPs. The fans are not actually social distancing. We don't have the sanitizer around. Teams have actually only tested once, and now it's been a week, and they have not been tested again, and players have to again go on court. So I'm seeing us running through the same thing.
I mean, that now brings into the perspective of we live in a digital era.
Which is why I'm wondering, we really needed Necessary Njoji, the president of the federation, to be
come and clear.
Yes. Unfortunately, he declined because of tight work schedule. That is why we need an official statement and like a blueprint for the fans out there to know. Yes, some of the people, the fans actually, were complaining. The links were getting on late. So you can watch the games on the FUBA Facebook page. But people were starting to watch the game in the third quarter.
I mean, financial problems. I guess even the production crew at some point wasn't paid, so you can't really work when you're not paid. But like I was saying, this is a digital era, okay? Do you know how many TV stations are there in Kampala or Uganda at the moment?
Well, I don't have the actual count, but I believe there are over 20.
There are over 20.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, for a federation like FUBA, okay, can't you get a deal with one of these TV stations and say, listen, okay, we shall put our games on your TV station. How do we make a deal that will benefit both of us? Yes, you know, both parties. In that way, at least 50% of the people who would have come to watch the games are going to sit in their house and watch what?
And watch
basketball. I mean, why should I get transport to go all the way to UCU?
To Mukono.
Yes, yet I can sit in my house.
Yes, and
watch the game. Yeah.
The traffic.
Yeah, all
back
that.
And forth.
But you know, buying data is something else.
Yes,
we can't buy data all the time. Okay, so put it on TV station where people can watch, and then now at least you have 50% of the problem dealt with.
Yes.
The other 50%, you find a way.
And yeah, by doing that, you're also creating value for
to the
product.
Yes.
Because what FUBA has constantly, always failed to do is to treat basketball as a commercial product.
Yes. We still think basketball is just a game.
A sport. Yet it is a commercial product.
Yeah.
And instead of following the blueprint of the NBA, where they treat the NBA is a commercial product.
Yeah.
It is not just, it is not a sport.
It's not a sport.
It's not a sport, it is a commercial product.
True.
Now, by doing that, you are creating more value for your product. Already you have the resources. You have the players, you have a few venues. Now, that is what you sell to a sponsor when you go to them. You don't have to have a 20-slide presentation and explain a SWOT analysis
and all these things,
strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. No.
Yeah.
What you are providing is actually seen.
Yeah. So that is something FUBA really needs to look into going forward, because with this whole situation of lockdown and the virus, we can't know that even next year, you know, everything is going to be fine.
We're not sure if the league will be going on smoothly.
Yeah.
And yet we want to wrap up this season so that next season starts on a clean slate.
Yeah, and I believe that even if they started allowing us to use the indoor courts without fans, you will still need to televise these games. And
definitely, because how will the fans watch?
That's the other thing.
You already have a brewery company which is sponsoring in a mini way part of the league. But their main issue is the playoffs. They want to come on in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yes.
That is Tusker.
Yes.
Yes, they want to come in the playoffs.
In the playoffs,
now they want to they want to see that momentum.
Yeah.
Because I'm believing if I'm sitting in the chair of head of marketing of Tusker, and this is what I'm seeing, and you're asking and having a proposal on my desk for 200 million for the playoffs. I'm going to ask you, why do you need the 200 million?
What are you going to do with the 200? What value are you bringing back to?
What am I getting in return as a company? Am I improving my sales? Am I improving my brand equity? Am I improving my brand visibility?
All those issues.
And then, along everything, how much negative publicity am I also getting? Because when the negative publicity comes around the sport, around the playoffs, around the activities that are happening, it also
goes to the sponsor.
Reflects back to me.
The sponsor,
So I would also want to take a back step.
Yeah, and those are things. Then another thing that we need to look at, talking about commercialization of the sport, we have players in the league, okay? Some who do not have jobs and they depend solely on basketball, okay? If we take an example of not only the NBA, even other leagues, players there have endorsement deals, you know, they do advertising, you know, they do different things because of the game of basketball that actually gives them money.
Brand placement.
Yes, brand placement. The only time I've seen someone try to do that, Imanishiwe had, I think, some photo shoot with some perfume company, but that I think no one ever got to know about it, you know, because we really
it wasn't really
broadcast
that much.
Yeah, but you see, even the players in FUBA are products that you can actually use to market.
They are products.
Yes, we are products. As the players, the coaches, you can use the players not only to market the sport itself, but also to help the different sponsors. okay, to help branding, to help all these different elements that go into commercialization. But let's take an example of Stephen Omoy, okay, one of the biggest names in Ugandan basketball. Yeah. Did you ever see him do an advert for a shoe company, sports company,
or even
Uganda,
a beverage company?
Beverage company? Never. That is an opportunity that we actually lost. Okay, we would have used him as the Michael Jordan of Ugandan basketball. Okay, but that is something that we didn't do, and look at where we are now. Look at the situation that we find ourselves in as a federation.
Because so many of these things are known, but they're not happening. And one of the reasons, in my opinion, is because we don't have dedicated people on our ESCOM committee.
Yeah.
And they themselves, as they've said, they're volunteers.
Yeah.
But why come into a position when you're not willing to go all out?
Yeah.
Because that is one of the issues. You come into a position, but you're not fully dedicated to it.
Yeah.
Then, when the results are not actually happening, the stakeholders, who are ourselves, who are the fans, who are the enthusiasts, who are the people that actually invest money in basketball, are going to always point the finger at you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and you know, like how we keep discussing about the CEO.
Yeah. The CEO, I do not know which part, I don't know who they are bringing, because all of a sudden that is a topic that has gone silent in the federation.
And that's the person that we need right now to answer some of these questions.
No, he's the person that is actually going to carry this big cross.
Yeah.
Because it is really a big cross.
It's a very big cross.
There's a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
There's a lot of baggage.
Whoever that is, I wish them the best. They're going to find themselves, you know, like how they say, you jump from the frying pan to the fire. This one is jumping directly.
No, he's not jumping from the frying pan.
Into the fire.
He's jumping, not in the fire. He's jumping into the furnace. He's going to jump into the furnace.
Yeah, and I don't know, but you know, it's so saddening to see something like this happen. We have the best league, I believe, top 10 in Africa. We are there, okay? And we have very good players. We have talent. We attract a lot of talent from outside, you know. Just a few things here and there for us to fix. Okay, I'm not in that position. I'm not a PR. I'm not, you know, the president.
Not an administrator.
Not an administrator. I might not have skills to do all these things. But, you know, looking from outside, okay, I believe that these are some of the things that can be fixed to make our federation and the basketball in Uganda way better.
It has been Slam Dunk Basketball Talk. To the basketball fans out there, tentatively, and I repeat tentatively, the league is meant to resume on October 2nd. That is the National Basketball League. The lower division is meant to resume on October 16th. We will catch you next time. It has been Slam Dunk Basketball Talk. My name is Felix Eupal, and I have been with Emmanuel Ateng, my co-host. Catch you next time.
Yes.